Hey everyone! I'm Kiki.
And I'm Kari.
And in today's video, we're gonna be designing characters based off of food. Now, this was actually suggested by Kiki herself.
Yeah.
She went and found a Shindan maker that was food themed, so we're gonna go see what we get.
Let's go!
Yeah. All I could find that gives us a food theme and not a specific meal was this food variant Pokemon generator. And so we're gonna put in our names, and we're gonna get a food theme and a Pokemon, but we're gonna ignore the Pokemon just for the food theme. So here we go. Egg hatched into a toast. Themed. Okay, egg and toast.
No,
so egg on toast.
It's not egg and toast.
What is that?
It's a toast themed.
Toast
themed. Toast, like just toast.
Oh, okay, toast. Just bread. That's perfect.
I love bread.
Okay, well, toast. Kari, it's your turn. Here we go. Hamburger.
Oh my god. Oh, I mean, I kind of didn't want that, but I have an idea.
Okay, well, we're gonna try to draw these. So I got a toast theme. I decided to loosely base my character off of French toast since I was feeling more like doing a sweet kind of toast moment. While working on this, I had a picture of French toast as loose inspiration, which, not gonna lie, it kind of made me hungry. I took some inspiration from the powdered sugar and berries that were in the picture to put into the design, as well as the colors of the image for her color palette. Now, for general vibes and aesthetics, I decided to give her a twee sort of vibe. If you don't really know what twee is, which I'm not too sure myself, twee was like an aesthetic that was popular on Tumblr in the early to mid 2010s. I wanted to make this girl like a sweet and quirky girl, so I thought that the twee aesthetic would suit her. I was really happy that I did this because I just had so much fun drawing her hairstyle, and just the entirety of her design is just so cute, and it brings me so much joy just looking at it. While working on this, I was thinking of what this girl is like, and I started thinking of some characteristics for her. She's obviously a baker girl, as you can see by the pose she's in, but this girl is very serious about her work, okay? Her cakes are her pride. She's coming for Buddy Balastro, okay, and his career. So yeah, she owns her own cute little cafe. She does all the baking, and my second food themed character works at her cafe too, so stay tuned for that character. But yeah, here's my French toast girly. I absolutely loved how she turned out. She's just so adorable, and I think I might actually keep her because she's just too cute. So, guys, I think she might actually become an OC. Who knows? She could be a side character in the cafe. I don't know. Possibly a friendly rival cafe next door. Ooh. Also, don't tell me she's not giving. So yeah, that's my character. Let's see what Kari does with her theme. Alright, so as you know, I got the burger theme, and as soon as I got this, I immediately thought of a character, like a pose, gender, literally everything. It's a girl, and she works at a burger joint, so that's already what came up. Now, I think I was like blessed or something when this happened, because it's like, you know, I got a whole character in my head. I don't have to do any work. But the only thing I did have to do was I had to figure out the color palette and, you know, her accessories, like just the details and stuff like that. Now for her general appearance, I decided that I wanted to make her like have a 2010s like American Girl aesthetic, you know? But she's in the present time, alright? She's just one of those girls. So, as I was working on the art, I decided that I wanted to be a little silly and I decided to make the logo for the burger joint and name it. So the name of the burger joint is Betty's Burgers, and it is owned by her aunt. Now this girl does not like burgers. She actually hates them, but she still works at this burger joint because she needs to get paid. Now I think subconsciously I might have made her work at a burger joint because of the movie Good Burger, which is funny because I've never actually watched that movie. I have no idea what happens. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's like burgers. Dudes working at a burger place, right? Well, so anyways, I'm really proud with how those roller skates came out. Like, yes! I didn't look at any references for this character, but the only thing I did have to look up a reference for was those roller skates. I think that was actually the first time I'd ever drawn roller skates before. So, yeah, they're my pride and joy. So this is how she turned out. I think she turned out so cute. Yeah, I just love the color palettes and everything. I don't know. I don't know if it's giving American, but to me it's giving American, and that's what I wanted. Yeah. Now let's see what Kiki has to do for the second character.
So to get 2 different types of food themes, we're also going to type in our little mascot thingy. So here we go. We have Kitty Bun, and let's see what we get. Butter theme. That goes well with my toast. Butter and toast. Okay. Okay. So then we've got Teddy. Let's see what we get here. Gingerbread themed.
Oh,
theme.
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, ignore the Pokemon. We just wanted to get this.
Yeah.
Just the word of whatever foodie thingy and then themed. So let's
go make them.
Alrighty, so for my final food themed character, I got Butter. Which I think is kind of funny because my first character was Toast, so like butter and toast combo. So I don't know, I just thought that was kind of a funny little coincidence. Anyway, since my first character was a girl, I decided to make this character a guy this time. Once again, I referenced a picture of butter that I thought was inspiring enough, but let's be honest, looking at blocks of butter isn't really much to get inspired. But luckily, I did find a decent picture to get the creative juices flowing. Now, for this guy, I didn't really have any major ideas in mind, but I knew I wanted him to go with my toast girl, so I decided to make him a waiter. But he also works as a cashier. For his outfit, I kind of gave him a nerdy, quirky look too, but he's kind of more like a geek. So now, for his character dynamic, he's actually a very clumsy guy, which in the drawing I made it so that he's in slow motion actively spilling some drinks. He occasionally causes accidents in the cafe, whether it's dropping cakes or drinks on himself, just overall being a giant embarrassment. His clumsiness is to the point where Toast Girl calls him Butterfingers, you know, because he's butter themed, so Butterfingers. Yeah, I know. Something really cute I thought of is that Butter Guy and Toast Girl are actually a couple. In my head, they're high school sweethearts and they met in high school. They were both bullied, but Toast Girl got picked on more. So Butter Guy always stood up for her like, "Toast Girl, get behind me!" And they kind of had a thing for each other ever since. Now, Butter Guy kind of drives Toast Girl crazy with how many times he drops or spills something, but she still loves him very much. Yeah, I don't know why I came up with so much lore for them. These guys are just little character designs. I don't know why I went so deep with them, but anyways. Here's my final character. He kind of looks like, I'm SpongeBob. So, as a little thing to show how Butter and Toast Girl interact, or just as a little silly fun thingy, I did a little doodle of, a very devastated Toast Girl at the sight of Butter Guy having just slipped on the cake that she's been working for hours on. And he ruined everything. But he didn't do it on purpose. He's just clumsy. He can't control himself. And he messed everything up. So, yeah, I just wanted to draw this. It was very fun to draw, but it was also not very fun to draw because I was kind of sad to make Toast Girl so sad. Like, look at her, she's devastated. Anyways, I had a lot of fun with his posing and facial expressions, and I hope you guys liked my characters. And now onto Kari's last and final food-themed character. Okay, so for my final character, I got the gingerbread theme. And just like the Burger Girl, I received a vision from the art gods. The work was already done for me, kind of. I still had to figure out the color palette. Now, I didn't put any images together for either of these characters, but I did have to look up images of gingerbread cookies to figure out the color palette and all that stuff for this character, because I wasn't really sure, but I figured it out because I found some gingerbread cookies that I was really inspired by because they were more on the minimal side, you know, just maybe like the gingerbread brown color with the white icing and maybe a little hint of red or green. Now for his design, I decided to give him little earrings, and I thought that was so cute. Like, he looks adorable. Like, they just made him look so pretty. Now looking at the character, I can see him as being more of a shy and reserved kind of guy, you know, like, look at him. Look at him, he's adorable. So Burger Girl was more of a breeze for me to work with compared to this guy. And I say that in terms of the background. I, for some reason, struggled with the background on this. Like, I mean, I got gingerbread themed. Obviously, the theme for the design would be wintry something, right? But for some reason, I just struggled with that because I didn't really want it to be super in-your-face Christmas, you know? But ultimately, I decided to just slap on a sweater texture for the background and I called it a day. As a little bonus, I made a little doodle of them interacting. So I drew Burger Girl snacking, munching on a little gingerbread man cookie. I feel so bad for this little gingerbread man. I mean, look at his face. But I feel even worse for gingerbread guy because look at him. He looks even more terrified. Why did I draw this? I mean, it's cute, but is it weird that she's eating a gingerbread man in front of him? Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, here's this little thing of them interacting. I think it turned out super cute. So these are all of our characters together. This was a really fun little challenge. I just had a lot of fun doing this. It was the perfect excuse to come up with very cute characters and to just throw everything into it. Kari, what do you think? Yeah, I think they turned out so cute. Like, I think they just look amazing. I really hope that they're like background characters or something. I also think it's really interesting that we both made our first character was a girl and the second character was a dude. Like, and they're both sort of similar. They all kind of feel like
parallels of one another. Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting too. I'm not sure if your characters are a couple, but mine ended up being a couple. And I freaking love them. Oh, they're friends? Oh, they're just friends. Okay. But yeah, we hope you guys like how our characters turned out. Let us know what you think of them. Who's your favorite?
Yeah.
And we highly recommend you do this sort of thing too. Just go make a random character design because I promise you it is so fun to do and it's low-key therapeutic. So yeah, we really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.